Hi friends, Makané here, and I'm doing our daily reading. This is the spread, this is the Heimdall deck. This is the deck I go to for the more involved readings. This is a reading for today, inspired by Carla, my mantis, who I think is dying. She didn't seem to successfully molt, and then she was lying limp this morning on the soil, and I gently moistened the soil. I brought her near gnats to eat, but I don't think she's gonna make it. So super sad about that, but I wanted to offer what I could today. I think it just feels important to connect with our community through our losses and our despair and setbacks. And I know it seems like hard to imagine grieving an insect, but she was my friend and she was important to me. So this is my spread, and this is about today and about spiritual growth right now. This is the card of the past. This is the card of fortune. You can see the 9 cups shining, and they're unfortunately inversed. So this is meaning the loss that we've experienced in the past. And this could be many forms. It could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be the loss of a friend, a loved one, a death in the family. So all of these have been true for me. Also with the pandemic, we've all experienced many kinds of losses, and so this card represents that. This is the card of the present, and this is the card of interference. And this is about, well, you can kind of see the trees are being stifled and cut by the swords. And the swords are representation of technology, of human-made warfare, of human-made tools for claiming, for battling, for dominion over nature, other animals, other humans. So this card is considered a negative card. It's about how there's spiritual loss going on. You can see the red, there's damage, there's decay. You can see the very top is white, and in nature, white is actually a color of decay. Typically, it's a color that is signaling the end of a life. And so this is where we're at now. Like, things have to change because we can see that our tools are no longer serving something useful, but actually constricting, cutting, and our sense of trying to hold on, trying to grasp. Like, you can see the swords are like battling over this tree, and they're caught in this conflict, and they're physically intertwined. So this is just about what we try to control, force, and hold on to, and that's not serving us. So this is about, right now a lot of people are looking for ways to feel in control, and sometimes this will reinforce our own biases because they give us a sense of control, and this is a sign of poor judgment. So this is a common way that people make mistakes in their judgment, as to get too caught up in needing to control, needing to be right, or fearing being taken advantage of, losing something by surrendering the fight. So sometimes if our fight is futile and causing only harm, we need to surrender. So I was thinking about my mantis and just I have been trying to maybe overly control things. Like it's clear. Oh no, sad kitty. Hey, Princey, come here. Prince wants to go outside. See, trying to overly control and we get sad. So I'm gonna take the cat on a walk as soon as I finish this reading. And so I'll wrap it up soon. Prince, don't be sad. So if I had taken the mantis outside, there was a warm streak going on, and the weather is like perfect for molting, and it's raining and it's moist. And it just made me realize that trying to protect, trying to hold on to this being, maybe I had caused it harm. And I'm not trying to blame myself, just trying to be real about like what the situation is at the moment. And this is the card of the future. So I've also been thinking a lot about the environmentalism. I'm an activist, I would say. I mean, passive activist. I sign a ton of petitions, and I do engage in zero waste practices, and I try to educate and promote ways of loving the earth. My rituals are earth-based and about giving back to the energy of Mother. But this card is about all of us. Like, it's like we all need to do more, and we are faced with defeat. Like, we're at this precipice. Oh yeah, the book is called All That We Can Save. It's highly, highly recommended. There was even maybe a TED Talk about it. It's beautiful. It's poetic. So yeah, please check it out. But this card is about death. It's about loss. It's about the battle being lost. Like, this is a unicorn, actually. It's a little hard to tell in this card, but it's like, facing extinction in the face of like battling the warfare of humanity against nature. And so like nature ultimately will win. You can see these swords are shattered, but like, what is the cost to all of us? Like, what if we just worked in harmony with nature? So this card does have like positive meaning, actually, because it's inversed. So the card is defeat, and the inverse is that there's still hope, and there's still a ray of light in the darkness. Like, you can see this dark sky, but there's a crack, there's a cloud that I take to be heavenly kind of like interference. There's also a bubble with a small red dot, and this signals new life, like a fertile egg. And you can see the kelp bed. It looks like the reef, and hopefully we can save, the beauty and diversity of life. I've never gotten to see the Great Barrier Reef. I actually bypassed a chance to see it because I believe that in our trying to see it, we're actually doing more harm than good typically. So I wanted to honor the reef's need to survive more over my need to see it, but I love watching documentaries about it. And My Octopus Teacher, oh, that's an amazing movie about just humanity and our relationship with nature, our curiosity, our struggles, our arrogance at times, our inability to listen, to connect, and also our ability to learn to listen and connect, to drop our biases, our like human centric ways, and like realize that other beings have equal value and an important, beautiful role that is just innate in their DNA and their being. And if we give them the space to be what they need to be, it's amazing how all of it is working together to take care of life itself and the biodiversity of life. So important. And I'm just really in awe. I'm really humbled. I'm really sad. I'm really in grief for my friend Carla, R.I.P. Carla. But I know that her loss is just strengthening my connection with nature, with my community. I hope this reading is helpful to connect in a way to others in grief. I think it's important we don't hide those feelings, but honor them as a sacred way of honoring our love for other strange and wonderful and unique creatures. And I have one last little bit of wisdom. This is from the Heimdall deck. Again, it just talks a little bit about how this deck is about symbolism, emotion, and mythology. A simple gesture, an object, a color pattern will appear simple, but actually convey a whole range of meaning. And it says, like, it's important to deepen and expand our appreciation, pointing out details that could be missed by illuminating hidden aspects. And I think also it talks about realizing the positive potential expressed in each card to become aware of the negative potential of the moment and transform it into positive. So may whatever is appearing in your life, may it have room for transformation and freedom.